What are we doing today, Wayne?
What we're going to try and do is reproduce this ball here. So what we've done is actually made a little plaster Paris out of corner cement mould. This was the first half of the mould. We put some plastic over there, put that in there like that, let it set, we took it out, and then we poured that one in over the top with a little divot, and that way then that gave us a perfect little mould. So we've got a little funnel port that goes into there, pulls that out, and that's what we're trying to reproduce. This is what we had for, oh here it is, and this is the one we've just made, and that came out of there like that when we poured it out. So a bit of cleaning up, and that fell out. So we're going to make another one.
Another one.
Back up, and this is a little high temperature crucible that I've been using.
Lovely.
I had it for about 40 years, so that we worked out well. So it's got nice clean lead in it. So we're going to use a lead sinker.
Oh yes.
And then we're going to put the balance of the lead in there with the lead sinker. We're going to use a high temperature Bunsen burner to melt that, and then we're going to put our gloves on.
Oh yes, because safety first.
And then what we're going to do first is marry up the moulds again. Make sure they're nice and clean. Get all that off. And then we put a special mark here, which is the old-fashioned lead pencil. Then what we're going to do is lay this across the wire here and try and get the wire
you've got the grooves there.
across. So we're going to put it lined up in some grooves we've pre-organised before. So that goes up there like that.
Fantastic.
Hang on, a bit of trial and error here trying to get this right.
Yeah.
But we'll try and get it right. And he just twists around like that, and that holds the mould together.
Yes.
So when we pour the hot lead into this hole here, it fills up the little port deep inside.
Lovely.
And gives us a fabrication of a rough ball. Then we have to polish it up and fix it. So, okay, now we've got our mould together. As you can see, we're going to put it into here.
Lovely.
And just hold that in place just gently with a vise. Like that, just so it's nice and firm. That's all right. That's just holding nicely together. There, that's done. Careful to put our gloves on. We need specially heat-treated gloves to withstand thousands of degrees of temperatures there.
Also known as garden gloves.
And then,
garden gloves work fine.
As you can see, this one here I used to use to put on the fire bricks on the bottom of the NASA space station. So I've kept them as a nostalgic
For
type
future
glove.
reference,
So
would you advise your viewers to have gloves without holes in them?
Tens of thousands of degrees, and they're best if they don't have holes in, as my instructors have told me. Now we're going to light the Bunsen burner.
Ooh.
So I hope you can see that clearly. What we're going to do is carefully place the Bunsen burner close to the apparatus, so we don't have to move very far away.
Yes.
And we've got plenty of light there going, so we can see what's going on. Next thing we do is we're going to grab hold of the little crucible or the high temperature beaker and slowly melt our lead.
Lovely.
Now we've got to be careful and just gently heat the beaker up evenly so it doesn't get any thermal shocks and crack in half. Now we'll just stand back a little bit just to prepare ourselves for safety, because as we know, nothing is dead perfect. Lead will melt at a reasonably lower type temperature, so we can wait for that, and it'll start to melt pretty quickly. Once it's melted and gets a nice smelted liquid, we'll pour it into our mould very quickly and effectively or efficiently as we possibly can to reduce the reduction of temperature. So we want to introduce the lead into the mould at a good even temperature and let it cool itself. Otherwise, if it cools in fractions, the lead ball can actually fracture. So as you can see, it's melting there quite well. The lead pot. I don't know if you can see that or not.
You can see it turning to liquid there.
Liquid in there. See the liquid?
Yeah. But our lead is a liquid now.
Our lead's a liquid, so I'm just trying to get as much lead back into it as I possibly can. Try and get as hot as we can, so it allows to pour into our very, very cold mould, so it doesn't spat. Now it will spit a bit, so you just got to be careful. Now I'm going to have a go at this now, so I'm just going to heat the last little bit up. And ready to pour in. You watching?
Yeah.
Here we go. Pouring as we go. In we go.
Oh, we might take a step back.
There we go. So we're going to wait now.
We can turn our Bunsen burner off.
And then we'll have a look inside, see if we've got enough lead in there.
There's a bit of a hole in there. Right, here we are.
Remelting the lead.
We just need that little bit extra.
We'll have a go at pouring this in. Okay, let's hope that's enough for our bowl.
Right.
Right, wait for it to cool down a little bit. We'll come back. Just turn the Bunsen burner off and we'll take the wire off of our little mould. And what we're going to do is crack the mould open now.
Lovely.
So we're going to try it very carefully. Wow.
Oh, look at that.
That's a first impression of a new moulded
As you can see, there's quite a bit of spatter there.
bowl. This is the funnel part that we made to go into the mould. And we need to get that out now. So what we need to do is get some specialised equipment and pull that out. So we'll pull our special tray over here. And we'll have a look at getting this poured out now.
Yep. Remember to keep yourself hydrated throughout this procedure.
Absolutely, you've got to keep educated and got to keep entertained as well. So what we're trying to do, trying to get this loose without breaking our mould. Ah, look at that, perfect. Popped out, no worries.
Lovely.
So our mould is, the integrity of the mould is still very good, so we can still utilise that again, Austyn.
Yep.
And the mould is there, it's quite good. Just clean that little bit of lead dust off there and that's all good. And then when we put it together again, that creates a funnel to pour it into the lead mould. And that's how we have a mould, like that.
Oh, lovely.
So now we turn the bowl over and we've got ourselves a bowl. In the very rough, primitive stage, this is what it looks like. And this is what we're gonna end up trying to reproduce.
Oh,
Something like that.
fantastic.
Right, so let's start the process. Cuddle that off. Let's start cutting that.
Oh, beautiful.
Get all that off. And then we have our rough bowl starting to happen, starting to take shape. And that's all our trimmings off of that. So then we get a file and we'll start filing it down. What we'll do is take a short break and we'll come back in 1 minute. Knock the rough edges off it.
Yeah, get the rough edges off it.
And the next step
we
would be
can
use the
refine it.
wire to really get those fine adjustments. We're back from the grinder.
As you can see, we've refined our bowl a little bit better and it's getting to the stage where it's replicating a bowl now.
Oh,
It looks like it's wrapped in silver paper. It's a rough finish. What we're going to do is get the file and just keep trimming it around and playing with it now. So all the hard work is done. All we're going to do is the polishing. And then we should have another good, solid, spare lead bowl.
Beautiful. Are there any other steps after this filing one?
What we need to do then is to refine the filing, and then we use some sandpaper, and then what we do is actually roll it in a roller on the floor to try and get that nice round shape we need, so it'll roll quite nicely.
Beautiful.
For the sole purpose it's built for, as a ball.
Right.
The weight consistency is pretty good for what we need. So we've measured that. The size of it comes in well and truly within refinement. So we're not going to lose material by refining the shape, which is another good achievement by the mould.
Beautiful. We'll be back when we're doing the final touches.
Now we're back.
We're up to the sanding stage now.
So as you can see, we refined the ball quite nicely. Just taking it off with the file, just gently like this, just little bits. It's a little bit painstaking, but if you just spend a bit of time just filing off the edges of the mould, and then we can just sit there and just quickly get the sandpaper on him, and that takes all the refined edges, and it's just a matter of playing around a little bit and doing it a little bit by feel as well, and then we can refine our second bowl.
So just some light sanding like that.
Try and get this sphere happening.
Try and get it as spherical as the original. And we'll be back with the final product.
So what we've done here is we've prepared the last bowl, and we're taping it down and polishing it up. So what we've done is the last part of the polishing, and that's the final product that we've got there. And this is a previous product, and this is our goal. So that's what we're aiming for, and this is what we've come up with. And this is all to do to make sure we've got a correct and proper weighted and accurate frictionally coated and surfaced bowl for our mousetrap game.
Beautiful.
And that's all done.
Fantastic.